6 things you should keep quiet about, even if you are asked. We humans are social creatures, so it's hard for us not to communicate. It's difficult not to talk to anyone, not to share our thoughts and what's weighing on us. However, sometimes our communication turns from food for thought into actual poison that makes the listener want to end the conversation as quickly as possible and avoid future interactions with us. 1. Personal illnesses. It's one thing if a close friend, relative, or family member genuinely cares about your condition, but most people are not interested in your test results, doctor visits, or how you've been feeling hour by hour. We like to talk about ourselves, and once we reach a certain age, about our health. If 2 grandmothers on a bench discuss arthritis, it's likely a shared issue and they're exchanging treatment methods. But your gum inflammation, or forgive me, hemorrhoids, are your own personal concern. 2. Past relationships. It's difficult to avoid this topic when starting a new relationship, nor should you. When the right moment comes, no need to force it, you should share or listen to stories about your loved one's past. It helps us better understand their character and paints a clearer picture of their personality. But it's enough to acknowledge that past relationships existed and briefly explain why they ended, instead of dwelling on whether you were happy together, what you did, or where you went. That's the past, and you've turned a new page. 3. Personal archives. Sometimes someone might ask to see a vacation photo, and then comes the temptation to show all 150 pictures, including the not-so-great ones. The same applies when talking about crafts, family albums, favorite videos, etc. Being overly eager will not leave a good impression. On the contrary, it might make the person want to flee. 4. Other people's secrets. Gossip is a taboo, not just because you're wearing the mask of a decent person, but because gossip is dishonorable and unpleasant. The situation might later change, facts may get distorted, and you could be identified as the main source. That would be very embarrassing. Also, minding other people's business is inappropriate, especially family matters. For example, you catch your friend's husband lying. Will you stay silent? Will you speak up? It's probably better to let them figure it out themselves so you don't cause trouble while trying to do a favor. 5. Other people's children. Remember this simple rule: never criticize someone's children in front of their parents, especially if the mother is present. Even if you're saying something true, the mother will disagree and only further convince herself that her child is perfect. 6. Your favorite self. Try to talk about yourself as little as possible. First, the less others know about you, the more peaceful your life will be. Also, you risk rambling on without noticing, turning a dialogue into a monologue. Silence is always better than idle chatter. And as Fyodor Dostoevsky once said, "My friend, remember that silence is good, safe, and beautiful." Silence is always beautiful, and a quiet person is always more beautiful than one who talks. If you think first about the person you're speaking with, you'll become a wonderful conversationalist and gain a new perspective on communication. Because if everyone is only waiting for their turn to speak a word the other won't even hear, the conversation becomes a dialogue between the mute and the deaf.